Hi, Adam B. here with Kraft Music. Today we're going to take a look at the Modal Electronics Cobalt5S. The Cobalt5S is an extended virtual analog synthesizer. What does that mean that it's extended? Well, it's a virtual analog synthesizer, so you can achieve all the tones that you would expect to achieve on an analog or a virtual analog synth. But the Cobalt5S goes so much further. It has so many more oscillators to choose from, so the limitations really are non-existent. You can create just about any sound you can think of. Cobalt5S features 37 mini keys, and after playing it, I have to say, these keys feel fantastic. They're very responsive, and they feature aftertouch. You've also got this XYZ pad over on the left for further expression. If you love the sound of the Cobalt engine, as much as I do, you're going to want to be sure to take a look at the rest of the Cobalt family, starting with, from top down, the Cobalt 8X, 61 full-size keys, the Cobalt 8, 37 full-size keys, or maybe you already have a controller you like, in which case, the Cobalt M, the module, without the keyboard attached. I really appreciate what Modal has done here with the Cobalt5S. They've taken all the power of the full-blown Cobalt 8 and put it into a more compact and more affordable instrument. There are just a couple differences, though. The Cobalt5S is a 5-voice synthesizer as opposed to 8 voices. Cobalt5S can run 2 effects engines simultaneously as opposed to 3. Modal has also scaled down the control panels on the 5S, thus allowing the instrument to be more compact. There's a lot of really good hands-on control here on the Cobalt5S, but you can do even more on a big screen when you use the Editor app. So here I am with the Cobalt5S Editor app. This is loaded into my MacBook. It will be available for iOS and Android. The Cobalt5S is bus powered, so I've got that connected to the MacBook, and that is what is powering the instrument. The first page that loads up is the preset manager. So I can just double click whatever preset I'd like to hear next. So you can see we've got a couple different banks of patches, and that's all you need to do to cruise on through your presets. Now you can see up above here, there's lots of parameters I can manipulate right here from the software, simply by highlighting it and moving it like you would any other piece. But also, if I use the knobs on the instrument, you can see that they register too right here on the software. So you have 2 different locations to adjust your parameters. So the next tab over is the Modulation tab. And right here, I can set up all my source and destinations for all the modulation, assigning, parameters to the X, Y, Z pad, to the programmable dials on the instrument itself, your source and your destination. You get some drop downs there to choose from. And of course, the mix. Here's my cutoff, how much of it I want, where it's going, low frequency oscillator, and on and on. The next panel over is the effects panel. The Cobalt5S, you can run 2 effects at one time, chorus and delay. And just as with everything else, I have fine control over all the parameters of my effects. After the Effects tab, we look at the sequencer. And what you're going to find here is a variety of preset sequence patterns, or you can make your own, or you can manipulate the ones that are there. Here's some of the other. Whoop, that one's empty. Back to it. And lastly, the keyboard itself with some more control over here. And our last tab, the Settings tab, allows me to work with some of the global parameters here within the instrument. So that's the Cobalt5S editor app. And I gotta say, it's really, really helpful to have this great big screen as I'm creating my sounds and storing my sounds. The hands-on control of the instrument is fantastic too. I just feel I can be a little more efficient in my sound design when using the app. Unlike other small synths on the market, the Cobalt5S features 1/4-inch left and right outputs, traditional 5-pin MIDI in and out, 1/8-inch analog sync in and out, USB, and an input for a damper pedal. The Modal Electronics series of Cobalt synthesizers are fantastic. From top down, Cobalt 8X, 61 keys, full-size keys, Cobalt 8, 37 full-size keys, Cobalt 8M, the sound module, and now the more affordable, the more compact Cobalt5S. My name's Adam B. here with Kraft Music. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this or any of our instruments, we hope that you'll reach out.